Hey folks, welcome back to TIMBERBORN. So last time we got our bad water filter in here and you guys had a truly genius idea, which was to put a backflow channel in, which is truly genius. There was a couple of suggestions, ideas. The one that I'm going to try and implement, and I've not really thought about how I'm going to implement it particularly. We're going to have that set to open. Is that going to work? Probably not actually, because we need to account for the fact it might, because I guess it'll eventually drop. And these will ultimately pull water through, particularly bad water. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try it. We can always change it. Nothing in beaver life is permanent except death. So what we're going to try and do is seal. I watch a YouTube creator. He's a cooking creator called Barry Lewis. And you may know the seal song that has the Kiss from a Grave. And there's a lyric in that, and whenever he says the phrase seal, he sings one of the lyrics from that, and it was stuck in my head just then. So yeah, there's a random fact for you. Why can't I put those in down there? Just get rid of that for a second. There we go. I'm gonna put that top. Yep. We're then going to get rid of that. We're going to then seal that. You can then put the path back. So with that, that will let water flow that way. We'll pump out the bad water. And then what we're going to do, and this will only really work once the water level's dropped, obviously, because we can't do this inside a sealed system. But what we're going to do, and because we need it to have dropped, we don't actually need the pump to be super high. We can't put it there because of those, so we are actually going to have to move it a bit to get around the sluices. So we're going to need just a little bit of a divert to get water into this. We're not going to spend all day here, don't worry. Don't worry, folks. Don't panic. Don't panic. Run the game a little bit faster. What we're actually going to focus on today is the well-being pass that I planned to do last time. So there was also a suggestion to add some teeth in here, but we've kind of got teeth here to some extent, because we've got a lot of edges here leading into the sluices, so I think we're okay there for edges. And we could maybe come back a little bit down here, but I think we're okay for edges there now. In terms of the amount of fluid we're putting through, yes, we have these switched off for now, but that's fine. It's generating ample, more than ample power. So, right. H for boom. Thing that we will never ever know the origin of at this point. And we do need to get a stream gauge in here. So we are going to need to dynamite down into here, which is at least a triple. I think it might be 4. So we'll do that here. That'll let us control things. And we need to hook this up to power. And I quite like the idea. Doing that across here, it might be a bit of a faff to build. In fact, I'm going to pause that. So, you might hear the fan running as well. It's not a cool day here. Not a hot day, but it's not a cool day. So, if you can, I apologise. But yeah. Don't know if they'll be able to get to all of that. I mean, what we could do is, if we need to, we could bung a ladder there. But we'll see what they can do. Yeah, that is one more taken out of it. But the theory is, and I really like this theory, we set this one to be clean water. And essentially we're creating flow. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, that one they can't reach. But if we put a ladder here, I think then they'll be able to get up on here and build that. So, because if you remember, we had this little pool of clean water down here, and what we want to be able to do is push that back down this way. So, yeah. Will it work? Will it help? I don't know, but I like the idea. It seemed kind of cool. We're generating way more power than we need anyway, so you know, it's a fun little project, isn't it? It's a fun little project to add. And yeah, why not, eh? Why not? What I say? Oh, here. Let's just nudge those out as well. And same vein. We'll get rid of those. And we could probably get rid of E. Yep. So that's all done. So we now need to set it up again. So what we want to do is advanced, attach to stream gauge, Bosch. Unpause if the contamination is above. Come on, come on. 1%. Pause. No, that's the wrong one. We want to pause if the contamination is below 1%. We want to unpause. It's above 2%. How did I nail those straight away? No, I'm not going to be able to do that again. So pause below. Come on. 2%. Let's just turn down our DPS because that'll help. Really wish there were the up-down buttons for this. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Yep. Go. 2%. And then this one, I guess. Attach to stream gauge. And we want to similar. So pause below 1%, because if there's no contamination there, it really doesn't matter. Unpause above 2%. Yeah, so this will take the clean water back towards the pumping area. Really too far from a district? What if I disconnected? Because I disconnected that. Yep. I'll buy that. For yep, you're a RoboCop fan. Original RoboCop, obviously. Open. So they're both set to open, so any water will flow in. And obviously it can flow out of here and overflow and flow back. That's fine. I guess during a drought, we could end up with the situation where we get water stuck here and we don't have power. Now, in that situation, we want to be able to get water out. So, I don't know if they're going to be able to. No, they can't get to that. What we're going to do is come down into here. And we're going to put a little tunnel in with a sluice gate coming back out of the pipe that will only open if there's zero contamination. So in a drought, because the pipe would be full, we want it to be able to drain into that area. I guess this area would have a small amount of water in it, but I don't think that's worth worrying about. We could do the same thing, but it'll be a bit of a faff, and I don't think it's worth it. Boom. Shake the brew. Hopefully I'm not going to be getting a ton of copyright strikes for all these awesome lyrics we're dropping. I know. Just like having the Fresh Prince here, isn't it? So while we're doing that, what I think we're also going to do is awesome lumberjacks. Yeah, I do listen. Going to get you unpaused. We're going to replace you with an ladder. That, so they can cut that tree down. If I put that there, they can cut that tree down. Put an ladder there. And mark all of you. Then they can all get cut down. And we're going to start removing this, flattening out this plateau area. Essentially, yeah. Right. So I think we probably need a little bit more tunnelage. Right, we'll stick another one there, and that might get us into the tunnel. It's funny that you can't see through the open sluice. Yeah, so if we get another tunnel piece there, that will get us into the tunnel. And then we can put our sluice facing the other way in, and that allow that to drain if it needs to. Go. Right, so if we now delete you and you, how we do for planks, we might as well pick those up. Awesome. And then sluice facing that way, and open below contamination 1%. Awesome. Right, you can go delete. You're going to go because you're going to be replaced by some laddi, plural ladder, laddi. Bet you didn't know that, did you? That can get deleted. Those can get deleted. Awesome. That's in. So, oh, we're doing stuff with that bit of pathage. So, actually, based on that, those can go. Stuff. And then you can go. Go. You're going to be filled in. I know. It's an unusual choice. He doesn't know what he's doing, does he? No, he doesn't have a clue. Not a Scooby. Just here for the snacks. Right, that can go. Stuff. H for boom. They can go in there. That can go. Those in, and that'll just finish tidying that area up nicely. We could do with tidying that up a bit, couldn't we? Let's do that, and let's shorten the route that they're taking. Rerouting. Go. And then we can take those out. And then I think we do that. 7 days left. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Yes, the power tool manufacturer. Well, manufacturer of many things, actually. Why I picked power tool? Because power tool is probably not the thing they're most known for, you know. Oh well. Actually, maybe stick a small warehouse there, and that would let us get that guy. Boom. Shake the room. I know. Throwing down those fat beats. Not sure what's wrong with me today. Apart from the fact it's a bit later than normal. So I was watching if you're a farm sim fan, I was watching Cartech streaming. So oh, we've got 4 there, okay. So let's start off with taking out this corner. Stop for a dog drink. If we do that and that, Buddy has ripped all of those out. So we could do it that way, couldn't we? Yeah, we could. Let's do it that way. Do this first bit like that. So actually you could go because they can plant those singles from there. That can go. Once they've got some of these, then the stairs can go. Go. One more to place there. That can go, that can go, that can go. That felt very weird. It's the case for my headphones fell down the side of my body. That along there. Delete that. We can delete that. And I think we do a single layer. I think we cut out all of that. That then still protects this. That works. whilst increasing the size of the reservoir a little bit and just kind of neatening things up a bit. As much about that as anything else. Genuinely, I'm not sure why I decided to do this. It's one of those random things that kind of jumped into my head. Right, that's that done. So, awesome. Back over here. Go. I'm just going to say screw it and delete that one. Delete that, and then we can do the same again. So we can do a layer of singles through there. We probably need to run a path across to the ladder. And we could do a layer of doubles across there. Awesome. Unconnected building. Asking. Right. Reach for boom. Awesome. That's got that done. You can go. We'll put triple dynamite there. That doesn't matter. Get rid of that. Get rid of that and that. Now just be a little bit neater. Get rid of that. And we could then another swimming pool. Could actually do it so it's at the level that they want to put the swimming pool, couldn't we? We could just do that. Swimming pool. Like that. Right. Boom. Yes, we did indeed shake the room. And we'll let them pick those up. Let's go over here. Delete that. That. Actually, you guys had one of you guys had a really cool idea that I liked over here as well, which yes does involve more explodering, but I thought it was really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in as well. So we're doing a little bit of prep for improving well-being, a little bit of fun stuff, and a little bit of robustness stuff today. So that needs to go. That random bit there is going to need to go as well, which I seem to have completely ignored. But anywho, swimming pools in. Right. I think that whole path can go now. Out there. Maybe we delete that one in case we need it for anything. Go. Trying to keep an eye on the logs to make sure we don't end up running out significantly. Let's come in here. rid of those. Put in an lumberjack. If you're a fan of the streaming series, haven't forgotten it. It's just been a bit of a week. And I spent this afternoon with Mrs. D, so didn't have Friday afternoon to stream, so there might be one on Sunday, depending on what I get up to on Sunday. But yeah, haven't forgotten it. Don't worry. Just it was a very, very busy week. Hence, only a very few videos. Cut trees. Yep. We can start getting trees cut down. Right. We're going to go click on the district. 28 spare bolts. Making use of those. But well-being wise in this district, wet fur we are not dealing with yet. We could increase it by putting in a few more showers in the area that we keep hydrated. Possibly not a bad idea. Or we could make a shower area, I guess. Wet fur's not that big a bonus though, is it? So let's look at what we producing enough. Most of all of the food. Fermented soybeans is a little bit low, it looks like, and it looks like maybe some of our food productions haven't unpaused. Got soybeans, we've got canola oil, got a decent amount of bots, so maybe we throw bots at a few of these jobs. Up the productivity. That's only at 10%, so that's not particularly good, is it? That should hopefully now start to jump up. I suspect we had issues with those not unpausing, so let's get the haulers helping as well. Yeah. Save. Right, that should solve the soybeans, which wasn't really a huge issue, it was just a little bit of an issue. Fermented cassavas had dropped off completely, so yeah, I'm guessing, yeah, that one's not unpaused itself, because we must have soybeans, eggplant. Yeah, we've got a ton of cassavas, so let's get bots in there. Got enough bots, so hopefully that will sort out our that food issue. So although we don't have many mangroves, we seem to be producing enough. That should sort those out. Corn rations seems to have dropped off completely as well. So let's give both of those a kick. Let's get a bot in the eggplant rations as well. we'll see if they catch up. Campfires and rooftop terraces are pretty small bonuses anyway, so not overly worried about those. So it looks like we could do with hitting a few more with the lantern, or we don't seem to have any lanterns, and we could do with getting the clock on a few. So the clock is there. So if we get ourselves a clock down here, that should hit all of those. The bell is not. Lanterns are needed in abundance. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe we just scatter them through the colony. And see if that allows us to... They get that? They can. To boost things up sufficiently to hit what we need. But hopefully that will help with that. We're getting all our monuments except the Earth Repopulator. We're getting most of those. Swimming pools will come back. So we're missing some of the big ticket fun items in this area, and I think probably what we need to do. So I do still want to experiment with the deepening of this to make it too deep, but I think that's a job for another day. But what I do want to experiment with is hooking up the power. So what we'll do is let's tunnel down from there. We'll send the power underground. Going underground, folks. Long in that. How deep do we need to get? Ideally, we want to be below height 4. Okay, so we've got options. So that's at that. So if we go down another 2, I think. And the reason I want to do this is so that we can then hook up some more fun stuff over here somewhere. So maybe at the same time, what we want to be doing is getting up here. There's our bad tide over. Awesome. And so that's already okay. So see if we put a small warehouse there, we could get onto there. And maybe, because we've got a little bit of capacity for logs now, we can cut them down rather than deleting them. going to be a little bit of a faff. And we're probably going to have to do some demolition as we go, but you know, we'll get there. Alright, delete. And then we want to put in another tunnel down. Should have just done this with dynamite, shouldn't I? I know. In fact, we could learn from our mistake there. Just stick dynamite there. Right. That's filling up. That's all doing its thing. That's all working just fine. Job's good. All right. You can go H for boom. Put a ladder there. You can go. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do over here with this, but yeah, but I figured it would be useful to have a big flat area. So you don't need to be there. Right, you need to go, and then what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. Got a bit of headroom there. We're going to put in a bunch of double dynamite. So we've got a limitation about how far down we can bring some of this because of where this can outflow. So it could go down a bit more, but what I want to do is obviously this can drain out to the level that it needs to. But what we can also do is put in a little sump. Yeah, let's do those as well. So what we'll do then is we'll put in a bunch of, not you, you'll stay there, double platforms. We'll probably want to leave one of them open for the stream gauge. And what that'll do is, well, you can probably tell, if we get bad water in here and we need, you know, we can obviously have some of it flow out through here, but if there are any issues with that, whatever can't flow out can drop into the sump. Yeah. And I thought that was quite a neat idea from one of you. And I apologize, I don't remember who it was. So from here, if I now put dynamite there, I'm going to pause that. But if we now look, we should, yeah, we are low enough. What's that? Ah, the mine, okay. So what we want to do is, that's where we want to bring power to, there. So if we go down there, just go in straight lines, couldn't we, I guess, because we're now below the level of the river. So if I zoom out a little bit, there. Awesome. So if we get that built, what I'm going to do is actually there's no great place to there's no much better place to do that, so let's just bring a path across here, and we'll throw in now some ladderage, and that can go and do its thing. Now I know what some of you are going to say, but we're going to do it just because it doesn't matter because it's so far underground. Some of you are going to say, why don't you make it so that you can build the power connection without having to worry about any issues with running a path as well? So we're going to do that. See, I do listen to you. So they can work on doing that. And the idea being that we want to put in mud baths, wind tunnels, and motivatoriums. The idea being that we want to put them in this area eventually. So the idea being that we need to work on clearing some land for them. So we will do that. This district still has 15 spare bots. So could be speeding up our building even more. That's the way to do that. Needs to come in here and nuke those and maybe put in a few more building huts in there. Alright. Cut tree. Blow up dynamite. Place dynamite. Place ladder. Getting dark and I therefore can't see the controls because I don't have any lights on in here at the moment. Place dynamite. Place single dynamite. Place double dynamite on there. Yeah. Pretty darn well, actually. Give them some pathage. So if we detonate that anyway. Detonate that, because why not? Detonate those. That's not going to work. will work. And then that needs to come out. Yes, it's going to expose the tubeway, but that's fine. That needs to have a double on it. That needs a single. That needs to have double dynamite on it. That needs to have triple. Double dynamite. That can go because they can reach up to place that. Then district management, builder's hut. There. There. Boom. Boom. You. Single dynamite. Get onto there. Put that in. Double dynamite. Marked to be cut. Boom. Delete that. We can then get on there. Place all of those. It's a process, folks. It's a process. One is full again. Excellent. That in. Blow that up. Oh, that's smart. He's going round in the tubeway. I like your ingenuity, sir. Now I don't need to. That can go, although it's probably quicker still for you. Then we're gonna platform across all of that. That could go. Those are going to be deleted. Bring that up. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll bring that up to that level. That we'll get rid of. Square that corner off. Get to those. Might not be able to actually. Enable that access. How are we doing under here? Are pretty much there, but I'm guessing they need some path. Give them path. And I'm just thinking, actually, we probably need a second hole. Just because we can't run power while ladders are in the way. Let's build a fresh stack of ladders. And then here, I guess we have the issue. So what we might need to do is come up as well and then be able to delete the other ones. Yeah, we can put ladders in. Right. So the wood's gone down a bit, but we're going to resolve that now. Start to resolve it. With a bunch of these dead pine trees. And we can always resolve it by turning back on the lumberjacks. Right. If we put it that, hopefully that lets us build the top one of those. Is why I think we've got to do it this way. Yeah. It does. Delete you. You. Delete you. And we can put in vertical power shafts. I've kind of been a bit done with how I've done this, but I have one bit of faff. In that the path. I've been very done with how I've done this because I put the ladders in the wrong way around. But what I was going to say is in that I'm going to have to do some of the connection right at the last minute. But wait till we've got that bit built before we worry about that. Let's come over here. We're going to put a staircase there. We're going to mark all of... Going to mark those to be cut as well. Oh, it doesn't really matter, but we're going to clear some cut area as well. Okay. Right, back over here. Are we? Yep, we are. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. Don't think it will. No. So we're going to have to rebuild the eggplant. One. That's fine. We've got most of it done. Food factory. Gosh. The plants. Bots. Maximum priority. Let's get it built quick. Then what we're going to do is power on here, on here, and this is then where we just have the bit of faff at the end because I want to do that, and I can't. We're able to build like 99% of it, so it'll be fine. Right, they've cleared those, so we'll give them access up another level. Opposite, folks. Drought approaching, that is good timing. When the drought arrives, we will call it the day, I think. Looking good. Things are looking good. Quite crazy how much lower this is. I guess it's because we've only got the bad water from here coming through. That's why this is so much lower. Fine. We want to get our... Yeah. Cut you down. Triple dynamite through there. Double dynamite through there. Right, we need some Carthage. Get to that one to place it so that can go. Here. Prioritized by haulers. So let's have a quick peek at, if we click on here now, food well-being is right back up there. Coffee, not quite. Roof needs some attention. Guessing that's just because these guys don't have a roof. Way to solve that. No, was not to do that. What's to do? That. That's all in. So let's do that. Do that. So they can go Right. H for boom. H for boom. H for boom. There, I've missed. You go there. Reach that from ground level. That up. For boom. Yep. That can go, and that gives us a very nice plateau to build in some well-being stuff. Right. That's all done. So let's disconnect that, and then I think we can then just do that all as one. And I think that's probably going to be it then, folks. Because my head hurts and I need a break. We get this connected up. Right. So then supply 6,000 odd, demand 4,000 odd. Battery charge going up. Awesome. So that is now a power grid that covers the Posh Beavers and the main city area. There's interesting. Okay, supply, the demand has dropped off a little bit. So that's pretty good. And we think we have a way of increasing that. And if we really need to, apart from during a drought, we can come over here and really ramp it up. So, but we've got the experiment to try of deepening this so that we can increase the volume of water, which apparently increases the power generation. But anyway, that's it for today, folks, because my head's hurting. So we're going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. Hope you have enjoyed the video. I've not achieved or up to 50 well-being. Achieved quite as much as I had hoped, but we've done some good things. So I want to 50-day drought. Going to be an interesting one. 30,000 water stored, and we've got our big reservoir, so it should be okay. But that looks kind of cool, doesn't it? That looks kind of cool. It might be our thumbnail because I can't think of anything else to use as a thumbnail. So kind of like that image. Yeah. So I want to finish this well-being sweep. And then we might start working on the Sky Colony, which I think I might build over here. Looks like we've got a water source over here somewhere. We've got water sources up at the top of the map here. So maybe up here somewhere. because I would like them to be self-sufficient. So might use these water sources for power for them, these bad water sources, or one of them. We might tap one of them off. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for today, folks. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, do the things, and I will see you all next time.